Hey guys, so here bringing you another video to welcome to more preseason content, and today we're doing a POV commentary. So I streamed this game yesterday, I think, and it started as a pretty bad day. You would have already seen two of the commentaries, both losses, but pretty happy with how I played in both of them. And you know, uploading losses is still good occasionally because, you know, there is still education in losing games. Arguably, there's more education when you lose because, like, how did you lose? Why did you lose? Anyway, today we're playing Brand. And this is a very interesting game. So I will say the reason that this is a POV commentary will become obvious later. But the game itself is a low diamond, high plat game. Again, we do need to climb on this account, but it's just Diamond 4, this rating bracket, if you've ever been there or you've seen content creators, it's an awful rating bracket to play in. But we are playing Brand. We actually have a 100% win rate on Brand so far on the Huzzy account, only 3 games. But typically really good performances. So can we continue our 100% win rate on Brand right now? We'll see. With an Ezreal, we've got an Akshan mid who's dual with a Jax. We also have a Zac who looks pretty good. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. The way of Brand, and why did I pick him this game? Pretty simple. One, if you look at our comp, we have an Akshan mid, not a mage. We don't have a big AP bursty person. Like Zac arguably does a bit too much AP damage for his own good, but we don't have like an AP carry. So I wanted to introduce that to our comp, and that's obviously Brand. Brand, I would probably still say he's the best AP support. Like, he just, like, for pure damage. Like, I will grant, you know, it does show growth, hopefully, but the enemy team's invading again. We should have predicted it's a Blitzcrank. He's going to invade. We should have just waited in that bush like I always do, but you can see the Zac and the Jax are going for an invade over to the red, so they're not around. But I will say, and a bit of growth as character, I would say, Lux support has grown on me a bit. I still think it's not as good as other things. Like, Lux is that intermediate. She does damage. She also does a little bit of supporty things. I still think, for the most part, if you want... I don't think Lux is the better option to go. If you want damage, go Brand. If you want shields, go Lulu or something like that. But I've grown in Lux support a bit. Why, by the way? It's because of the strength of the items. A big reason why I never rated Lux support is because she's very item heavy. And you're item starved as a support most of the time. But because of how strong items are in League of Legends nowadays, you get your first mythic with your support item, and lo and behold, you're actually pretty strong as Lux nowadays because of how strong the items are. So that's why Lux, I don't think, is as bad as a support pick as I used to think. So it does, you know, even an old dog like me in League, I can still learn, and my opinions can change in things. So hell yeah. Again, if you do appreciate the videos, by the way, if you can throw a like on it. A lot of you will say, Huz, I want to throw likes on it. I'm forgetful. Just remind me. And hopefully, you know, hopefully with a reminder, you can just click that like button and that would be great. Anyway, we're against a Jhin Blitzcrank. And I would say typically, not really a lane that goes perfectly well anyway. Blitzcrank is obviously wanting things to come on top of him. He hooks things. And Jhin doesn't really want things on him. Meanwhile, a level 2 all in. My Ezreal has really misplayed this. He panics flash, he panic heals, and he flashed in a straight line. He also didn't notice the level 2 was coming. So why is this a POV commentary? Well, we just had 2 losses in a row. I was a bit demoralized. Also, just with the theme of me at the moment in life, I'm not feeling my best right now. Like, I'm just not. So I'm not feeling great. I lost 2 games in a row, and then that happened at level 2. And it's like, really? So I think at this point I'm still recording, but in a little while I'm like, right, I'm going to stop the recording and we'll just concentrate on playing, which again is a very valuable thing to do. And hopefully you guys don't mind me doing that from time to time because it can make the difference. You know, one of the things I do have to kind of say in the upcoming season, I've said a few times now, I am getting Master again on EU West on this account. The Huzzy account is going Master on EU West again. How am I going to do that? Well, we're going to, you know, do the typical way with a bit more try-harding than I have been. But there are going to be times that I just can't commentate. I just can't. Or times that I'm going to be playing off-stream. Why? Because you can't play in Master plus rating while being a really chatty full-time streamer. It's nearly impossible. Meanwhile, I go for a Scuttle Crab because nobody's done it. Unfortunately, Zed is nearby, and he takes it. So I do think the Zed might have got both Scuttle Crabs, which isn't as disastrous as it used to be because obviously they've lowered the XP to the first 2 scuttles on both sides when they spawn because again that's what used to happen is one team got it, one team didn't. Meanwhile, top lane, yeah, we have a Jax versus Darius. Very fine matchup for Jax. He just has to be patient. Unfortunately for us, we don't have a patient Jax. So he's fighting a Darius in the early game, which he just simply doesn't need to do. It was close, I think, but the dot killed him. You just don't need to fight a Darius as a Jax. You will win eventually. Like, it's inevitable. You are Thanos. He's literally purple as well, so it kind of fits. So anyway, we're getting a gank by Zac. I'm not convinced this is going to work, but they're going for it anyway. And watch this. Oh. So I actually want... Oh, I got hooked there. I remember playing this game and going, how the hell did that miss? So I ignite the Z just to kind of put him off. And honestly, this is going okay for us. If I hit that W, that would have been good. I still... Again, if people want to watch that back, I think there must have been a minion there, because how did my stun not hit? Like, I don't think my stun missed. If someone can watch that back a couple times, because I can't do it right now. I'm in the flow of watching it live myself now. Yeah, that was weird. Anyway, that happened. But at least we survived. No deaths in bot lane. And yeah, it's a Z jungle, by the way, and it was a Z jungle main. So, I don't know, because obviously Riot enabled, let's just say that word, certain champions to go into the jungle, like Zed, like Darius recently in the last year. Some people might have been playing Zed jungle before it was kind of okay to do that, but not many. So I'm guessing like this Zed might have been a big Zed player, and boom, jungle playstyle, maybe they prefer it, I'm going to become a Zed jungle player. I don't mind, partially I don't mind like a Zed jungle, like... What's the difference of Zed between Kha'Zix and the jungle? Like, that's the thing that you kind of have to think. You know, yes, Zed is designed to be a mid laner, but arguably Kha'Zix was as well. Some people may not know that, but when Kha'Zix got released back in, like, God, I want to say season 3 or 4, Kha'Zix was a mid laner when he came out. I used to play Kha'Zix mid. It was, you went tier, you maxed W, you evolved W first, and it was like a missile build. It was really fun. Because I remember back then my AD champions of mid lane, I actually played more AD champs mid than AP. It was like Zed, Lee Sin mid, Kha'Zix, and Jace. Those are my champs that I played back then, and they were all AD. Anyway, yeah, so at this point, that double kill, I think, is what made me kind of go, right, I think I'm going to stop just like purely commentating. I can see myself, where obviously I'm blocking myself here. I could see myself in the bottom right, literally like this. So I think at that point is when I stopped doing an actual commentary. And I will say, sorry if I look a little bit sweaty. I have just come back from the gym and I'm waiting for the hot water to warm up, but then I can go have a shower. So I thought I'd use the time where the hot water's warming up to do a commentary. So hopefully you don't mind. Anyway, the game itself, though, not looking too good. Mid lane matchup, by the way, is Akshan Lux. Akshan, again, I like that champion. I like his design. It's actually a really fun design. Yes, I do still think his revive mechanic is fundamentally broken. Meanwhile, there's Blitzcrank going for a play. Watch this. I walk in front to get hooked purposely. And Ezreal, unfortunately, walks forward. If he walked backward, I think he would have lived. Basically, if you missed what happened there, I believe... Ezreal walked forward, that put him in range of the Jhin Q. That Jhin pressed Q on me or a minion. And because Ezreal walked back to do damage, even though he shouldn't have, the Q was in range to kill the Ezreal. If he kept running, I think he would have survived. So, yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that these events have happened. I will just say the Blitzcrank in this game overall really didn't impress me in some aspects. Now, the Ezreal didn't impress me more because, like, an Ezreal is actually a counter to Blitzcrank. That if you even get hooked on Ezreal, you can press E at the right time and the hook gets negated. But this Ezreal, I don't know, he wasn't great. But this Blitzcrank, you'll see throughout the game, he properly becomes like a bush Wookiee. Like, bush Wookiee is how I describe people that literally just sit in a bush and that's all they do. It's not the most proactive playstyle. Really good Blitzcranks, if you watch them, they're not a bush Wookiee. They are, I am in your face. I am running up to you, punching you up in the air, and then hooking you. I'm not just sitting in a bush. So that's what I would say. Throughout this game, you may notice that with this Blitzcrank. Comp-wise, by the way, arguably the enemy team is a balanced comp. They have the typical comp, really. They've got a bruiser top lane. They have an assassin mid. They've got a mage mid. As they've got a mage. Also, look at this. Really good stun. Really good damage. And we just one-banged that Zed. Blitzcrank flashes. I'm trying to survive. Really close. Unfortunately, I get hooked. So, you know, it was close. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is 4 people bot lane. Because why wouldn't it be 4 people bot lane? But we're actually doing okay, believe it or not. Akshan, unfortunately, basically, Lux kept bad flash by Lux. I think Ezreal still might be dead, but yeah, Ezreal's still dead, unfortunately for us. Akshan roamed top, and they did a good thing. They killed Darius, but at the same time, Lux roamed bot. So there was 4 people bot lane, and there was 2 people top lane for us. If Akshan came bot lane, that would have gone vastly different. And the annoying thing, again, you can see the Zack's like pinging us. Ezreal's pinging Zack for some reason. We played that pretty good. I CC'd the Zed straight away. We like killed him straight away. If Lux didn't show up, that fight was probably fine. Watch this, by the way. This Akshan damage. That is nuts. I think he might still be dead. Yeah, the tower. But he just like straight up just killed a Lux. That's mad. Like crazy, isn't it? Akshan does DPS. They are doing Dragon right now. Unfortunately, the Zack didn't really notice, so he just stayed to farm, and Zed does get Chemtech Dragon, which, yeah, fun. At least it's not a Chemtech map. So I will say this was recorded pre-patch. It was confirmed. I must have missed it. I said it in the patch notes, but Riot did make the new dragons, so Chemtech and Hextech, double % chance in the last patch. So for that 3-week period of patch 11.23, those dragons had double the % to be the map. So that is why so many of your games had those. They have now been lowered to the normal percentage. Now, we still don't know if the normal percentage for those 2 dragons is tied with the others. They have not said. Is it now a 1 in 6 chance equally to get any of the dragons? We don't know. Hopefully it is. But yeah, I don't know really anybody that likes Chemtech. It's just not fun to really play on that map. But it is what it is. I don't actually remember what... Oh, wait, is this one? This one might become a Hextech from maybe memory. Again, Hextech I've grown to be okay with. The portals are interesting. Yes, they are gimmicky, but it's interesting at least. It doesn't feel fundamentally broken, so that's good. But yeah. So top lane, they're ganking again. Very low health is the Jax, but they do get him, which is good. So thankfully, he's not getting 2v1 kills anymore. And watch this. Look at this damage. And brand support, ladies and gentlemen. That's brand support. I'm a support, and I just one-hit that Jhin. That is insane. So unfortunately here, I muck up. So if you notice what just happened there, I flashed. I would have been fine if I continued running. I flashed, right-clicked a minion, so Brand stopped to auto-attack the minion instead of running away. That is unfortunate. It happens. You know, that's the thing with, right-clicking accidentally on something. It'll auto-attack it, and it stops you moving. So that was sad that I died there. But, still getting the Jhin, which is nice. Ezreal, by the way, this confused me. So instead of trying to go kill the Blitzcrank, again, Bush Wookiee playstyle, he just went to the bush, he just suicides, which, at least, he's not dead. Meanwhile, Akshan going for this, by the way, he goes to the Q, gets it with the Q, and then goes down. So at least he got the kill also, but you are killing, or you're giving Darius a kill, and, the Jax has been a little bit iffy so far, so I wouldn't want to give extra strength, really, to this Darius. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh, all right, time to fight 1v1, bro. What other support can just fight an AD carry, like, at this stage of the game? I don't really know. Maybe Swain? It has to be an AP carry. No, like, typical support could do this. Look at the damage that I'm dealing. Hitting the Q, looking for the Q, hitting all the damage. And look, I am just scrapping this Jhin. I am fighting him 1v1, and I'm kind of winning. I get him to lower health than I'm on, and now Ezreal can follow up the kill and try to go for it. Any second, hopefully. Try to go for the Blitzcrank. We don't get it. But, like, just straight up, I just completely bullied that Jhin out of lane as a support. Like, Brand is just insane, I'm telling you. Unfortunately, they just miss out on the Darius. He gets to go back. But, yeah, that's crazy. Like, that is what Brand can do. And it's why I would recommend it. If you are a support player, you play support from time to time, and you're fed up of playing, I don't know, like a Nautilus or a Leona, that they're great champions, be like, I just can't carry. I can enable people to carry, but if they're bad, I can't do it. Meanwhile, we're going for a bit of damage here. Watch this. Get the damage off. Get 1. With the Ezreal, get 2. Double kill. Tick damage, baby. It's insane. Like, it's going well. Ezreal's alive. Yes, I'm getting the kills, but I don't think that's a negative thing. I'm getting fed. I'm happy with getting fed. So, very nice overall. And Ezreal can stay alive, farm, get XP, get tower gold. So, it works out overall. But what was I saying? Yeah, if you're fed up of playing a support that you feel that you just can't make the difference, play Brand. If you're confident enough that you're not going to just keep dying, play Brand. Meanwhile, Zed trying his best to fight the Ezreal. So low health. 17 health is the Zed. Luckily for us, Lux lasers him. And luckily, Akshan is in the area, so they will get the kill. Unfortunately, Ezreal doesn't respawn because Lux got the kill, not the Zed. But yeah, it was good that we got the trade there. Unfortunately, though, the Ezreal did die again. But it's whatever. Dragon is spawning soon. I can't remember which dragon it is, and I'm waiting in a bush. So Predator, Blitzcrank. We have Akshan, who's stealth, but again, Lux is bot lane. Again, I get hooked, unfortunately. Look at my damage, by the way. Jhin heals. Doesn't matter. I get the kill. Akshan, by the way, yeah, he's alive. I die. I'm fine with that. Akshan's actually got a shutdown right now, I believe. So that's fine. Honestly, I'm okay with trading it. He's got a small shutdown, but yeah, you don't want like that to go to the enemy team, so I don't mind. I'm a support. Meanwhile, top lane, Jax should have just run. If he queued to a minion, he would have lived, so that's a bit of greed by the Jax. But yeah, a bit of a crazy game. I'm alive, so Akshan waiting around with stealth and stuff, killed the Jhin, and because Jhin was killing my killer, I get to revive straight away, and Akshan gets a bit of bonus gold. So again, still kind of a broken mechanic, but it's good when it's on your team. So meanwhile, Akshan getting caught out, using his nice mobility, not dying, but then gets hooked, so is now going to die. Can we do anything about this? I would say we can if we work together. Watch this. Big damage with the Brand ultimate, and that's, again, insane. I nearly killed the Lux in one. She's so close to dying. She now goes down. We bully the enemy team away, and from memory, the Zed is quite low health, so he can't really come over for free. I'm just straight up nearly one-shotting people, and like that Lux was dead, just reminding, I got no ult bounces. Because I wasn't near the Lux, my ult wasn't bouncing off me to then go back on her for extra damage. That was just one ult. It's crazy. So yeah, just to remind everybody, Brand, he got a recent, or not recent, it's fairly old now, but he got a change that his ultimate used to only bounce off champions or minions or enemy jungle and stuff like that. They gave it a nice quality of life change that did wonders for Brand. So Brand's ultimate now got hooked again. I am getting hooked quite a lot this game, it does seem, but I get the damage off, which is good. Ezreal gets the kill, gets the double buff, so that's fine, worth. Unfortunately, Darius is bot lane, but so is Zac. What can happen here? Let's see. Weird that Darius is bot lane, by the way. Remember, this Darius doesn't have TP, he flashes and stuff, but this is a really weird gank. Honestly, it kind of feels like a panic gank for me with the Darius. Meanwhile, Jhin flashes. As he got enough damage, really bad reloading time, and lo and behold, nope, he doesn't have enough damage, and he's dead. So that's really good for us. But that Darius gank to me is screaming panic of, I'm a top laner, I'm doing well. My team is doing a bit iffy. I need to try and help them win the game, or help them carry now, because he knows he gets outscaled by a Jax, and he went for a gank, and honestly, it didn't work. All 3 of the enemy bot lane died, where only 2 of us died, so that overall didn't work as a gank. So not bad for us. And as I said earlier, it is a Hextech map. Meanwhile, Akshan doing his best, and with that extra dot, he gets the kill. 2v1, Blitzcrank ends up dying. Really nice play by Akshan. Good confidence there to actually go for the kill. I'm rotating mid just to be a little bit having presence, because, you know, Zed could roam on that Akshan any second, which there you go, lo and behold. And with the knock-up, with the damage, and voila. I went for the ultimate, and I don't know, I thought I was close enough it might bounce, but it didn't. It was a bit, you know, bit of a long ultimate there, so it's fine. But Zed goes down again. The negative of Zed jungle, I will say, it can work. Obviously, Riot made it that it could work. It's so squishy. So, like, Kha'Zix, weirdly, does feel quite tanky in some games with his build that he can do. Zed can't really do a Kha'Zix build. He's squishier than a Kha'Zix. And if you get CC locked up like that as a Zed, yeah, you are just dead. You also don't have, like, the stealth mechanic of a Kha'Zix. That Kha'Zix can just pop up places and you're like, whoa, where did that happen? He can do that. Zed can't. Like, yes, Zed's got his shadows, but it's not the same. Meanwhile, going for tower pressure, we've got to be careful of a gank here. Blitzcrank doing what he can. He ultimates, but we're going for big deeps. Enemy team trying to fight what they can. Jhin tried to one kill for me, by the way, with the dot. And this is going to be it. Ezreal, by the way, believe it or not, even though, you know, at this point, I think I even remember, nice, I think I even remember saying, God, this Ezreal didn't really impress me. Dude, he's 2 levels up. That's how much we're winning bot lane right now. We're literally 2 levels above the enemy team as our AD carry. Zac flying in with high damage. There's a ward there. I'm not stopping for it. Hello, Darius. How are you? Waiting for the Jack stun that then enables me to hit mine. Don't want to take the kill if I don't have to. Ezreal takes it, which is great. I'm on my way to go help the Zac. He doesn't have his revive. Unfortunately, he goes down. What can I do here? Watch this, everybody. So you're thinking, Huz, you're going to go for the Lux. I know you're going to go for the Lux. Watch this. Any second. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. See you later, Zed. So I'm a support, and that kill happened. Like, I was killing that Zed. I got a little bit of help from the Ezreal, but even without that help, I think we all would agree that Zed was dead. I literally just basically 100-0'd a Zed jungle as a support. If that doesn't show you the strength of this champion, of like, maybe it's a little bit silly, I don't know. It's nuts. And obviously, yeah, I hit a full combo there, and I don't think he expected it. I didn't even use Ignite, by the way, so that was without Ignite. It's really fun. So hopefully this game so far has convinced you, if you are looking for that, I need to try and carry support. Hopefully it's convinced you, give Brand a go. Like, it's really good. So anyway, bot lane Akshan's on the Jhin. You can see on the minimap, Jhin goes down. So this Jhin was struggling, I'd say, in mid-game. Well, throughout most of the game of positioning. He's obviously got Gale Force, which is a very big help for an immobile AD carry nowadays. But you are still Jhin. You know, you have that, but that's one dash. You're not going to get away from something that has really high mobility. Meanwhile, I'm looking for this, and watch this, by the way. So he goes for it. I ult it. I get the kill. I'm like, screw you, Blitzcrank, trying to take it. And I do purposely take that kill, by the way, because I'm like, he tried to take my scuttle. So I'm waiting here. I'm like preempting it. Don't need to. Akshan gets the kill. And that, ladies and gentlemen, gives us, I think, the dragon. It's literally spawning soon. So that's really bad death times for the enemy team. Unfortunately, Lux snipes. And watch this. Sacrifice. Twitch chat liked when I did this, because, again, I was a bit doom and gloom at the beginning of this game. Bit, you know, under... What's the right way to say? Like, just sad with how it was going. 2 losses before this. I was starting to perk up a little bit at this stage because I was getting fed. I was doing crazy damage. So I was having a bit more fun, which was always nice. Unfortunately, yes, Jax, by the way, did just die again to the Darius. But we get the extra dragon, which is always good. Looking for a cannon, which I don't get. Because why would I? I'm Huzzy. Nice to meet you. I don't kill cannons. But yeah. So build-wise, by the way... A smart Brand may go Zhonya's next. You're pretty fed, you're immobile, you're going to be a high priority to kill for the enemy team. Am I a smart Brand? Am I buying Zhonya's? No. I'm buying Demonic second, because it's just damage. So here's another thing. So I am the same level as the enemy Jhin. I'm a support, and yes, I'm 100% going for this 1v1, because why wouldn't I? Open with the ultimate, hitting the combo, and voila. That is a dead Jhin. I wasn't even close. So yeah. I think I might title this video so far, like, why you should play Brand, because this, to me, is the best advertising campaign I ever can give you. Do you want to carry games as support when you normally can't? Brand. That's his advertising campaign. So Darius now in bot lane. Again, like I mentioned earlier, he's killing the Jax still. I think you're seeing the Darius try to be more involved on the map because he is in that panic state of going, my team is losing, I'm winning, I need to do something here to try and make us win the game. And I think that's what it is. That's why you are seeing him show up places here or there. Right, so I think I'm going to go back soon or something. I'm level 12, level 9 Blitzcrank, by the way. So yes, I have a 3-level advantage as support right now over the Blitz, which is a lot. He must have just got vision on me there because he went for a hook exactly where I was basing. So I don't know, that was a bit weird. But yeah, go back. Yes, I've now got Demonic. Now, just to also explain, in this game, we opened a conversation about the dots of League of Legends, especially on a dot champion like Brand. Again, if you don't know what a dot is damage over time. It's ticking damage that could last 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Different champions have different tick rates. Brand is a dot champion with his passive. He has a burn mechanic. And that lasts 4 seconds after doing damage. Now, we are going top lane to see what we can do. And I'm like, right, let's just kill the Blitzcrank. He's, you know, out of position a little bit. Right, you're dead. Would have been nice to kill the other ones, but just take the free kill when it comes. But basically, I kept saying the dots feel that Darius ghosted there, by the way. But the dots feel that they are lasting way longer now than they ever have before. Now, the reason why I believe that is... And again, if someone officially knows, meanwhile, Jax gets the kill on Jhin, which is always nice. Lux flashes, but I think she's still dead. Basically, you have 4 seconds of dot damage as a Brand anyway. Meanwhile, hello, Zed. I'm missing everything, but Ezreal gets the kill. He doesn't even get the Zac passive. You have 4 seconds of Brand passive. Demonic and Leandry are also 4 seconds long. So every time that you're passive as Brand, does tick damage, it's re-enabling Liandry's and re-enabling Demonic. So you're getting 4 seconds of passive with also burning from Liandry and Demonic. And when you finish the 4-second burn of your passive, you then have another 4 seconds of Liandry and Demonic burn also. That is why it's feeling so heavy. Now, I think it's in total 8 seconds dot damage. Some people in Twitch chat think it's 12 seconds. I don't think it's 12 seconds. I don't think Demonic and Liandry proc off each other. I think they only proc off champion damage, not item damage. So I genuinely think it's 8 seconds of tick damage, which is a long time. 8 seconds after you've just killed somebody, and then you're like, wait a minute. Meanwhile, I'm trying to fight the Lux, going for big damage, and I thought she might have died here, but she doesn't. I don't know if she's got Zhonya's or stopwatch or something like that to save her. Zed also going for me. Again, not surprising, unfortunately. I'm a very, very high target, so I do go down. But lo and behold, I get revived straight away. Kazakshan. Remember, he only needs an assist. The one thing I would say about Akshan, do you find his revive mechanic a problem? It is problematic. I would be very interesting to see when that champion gets enabled for pro play. Is he just going to be always picked? I believe the way that they could just not fix the revive mechanic, because I always think it's going to be strong, I believe it shouldn't go off just assists or takedowns. I believe it should just go off his kills. I think that it's such a strong mechanic that even if you get an assist for it, you're like, oh, got the assist. Oh, meanwhile, I get hooked again. Going to try and do the damage that I can at least. Can I get my ultimate off any second? Ezreal gets the kill. I do get the ulti off, which is going to help. Ezreal doing his best. DPS gets it. Jhin, look how weak this Jhin is, by the way. He does no damage, and he's still taking dot damage from Darius. He just kills the Jhin, who was at full health, who even, I think, healed. This Jhin is having a rough game. So that's good. And obviously the Frozen Heart Ezreal, you know, is making him tanky against a Jhin, which is great. So that's not bad. Every time that something oof is happening, a good thing also happens at the moment, which is awesome. But, yeah, that's how I would probably change Akshan personally. And I play Akshan a little bit, and I still think only making his kills be able to revive things, I think that just makes a bit more balance. It makes a bit more balanced sense. So let me know what you think about that. Do you agree, disagree? All right, so Dragon up again, by the way. I'm going to run there as quick as I can. Akshan nowhere near, unfortunately, for us. And it is Hextech, so what can we do here? So Zach is in the area of their Zed jungle. Jax has jumped in. They steal it, which is fantastic, so well done to them. I am trying to make my way downtown, and yes, here we go. Hextech portals. These are the points that Riot is saying. Look at this. I'm a brand that just did a massive flank play, and that's the point. And meanwhile, Blitzcrank, and he's dead too. So again, 8 seconds dot timer. But that is why I don't mind the Hex Dragon too much. Like, yes, it's gimmicky. Should I, as brand, be able to do a big flank play like that? Probably not. Is it healthy? Probably not. But it does make exciting moments happen. That's what I will say. Like, imagine that play that I just did in Worlds. The commentators would have gone nuts. The audience would have gone nuts. Like, it's an exciting moment. So that is what, like, again, Riot said to me of, like, why are you doing these dragons? Why do they seem so broken? Is because they are trying to make these exciting moments that the other dragons don't have that power of doing. Not as much anyway. And I think Hex is cool in a way. I just think Chemtech just takes it way too far in literally like the broken way. It's not fun. You know, the gates are still quite fun. The camo zone and everything, that just isn't fun. Meanwhile, I'm going to wait in the bush. That was my control for a while ago when I was trying to spring a trap, And yes, the Blitzcrank just walks straight into me. The Lux gets too close, gives the bounce, and I do get the kill. So thank you very much, Lux, for that. Jhin is, unfortunately, potentially for him, mispositioning. I don't think that the Zac has got quite enough damage, and that will be that. I can go back if I wanted to go buy Zhonya's, which probably is a good idea at this stage, because even though, like, the funny thing with the dot build for, like, brand, you're actually buying a lot of health with these items too, so you're actually quite beefy for a lot of champs. Like Jhin, unfortunately for him, he is not a tank-killing support. AD carry. He's just not. Like, he doesn't buy Kraken or anything. Darius flashes, and now I've got a big Darius on my face. I do get the damage off, which is nice. And watch this, by the way. It confuses the hell out of me. So Ezreal is going to come help. No, Ezreal doesn't go help. Zed hasn't noticed. I get the kill on Darius. So I think that, by the way, that was ages ago. That must have been that literally is the 8-second maximum timer of me getting the kill. And that's what actually prompted, he doesn't even die, by the way. That's what prompted our conversation about talking about dot times of my God. Like, honestly, I don't know if anybody wants to, but feel free to time it of when I died to when Darius died. Was it 8 seconds? I don't know, because that would completely solve it. I think it was about 8 seconds. It just felt probably more. Akshan stealthing into the enemy base, seeing what he can do, but he unstealths there clearly. And you can see, I'm hovering over, I'm counting. Like 4 seconds is the passive, 4 seconds Leandro. We're literally having the conversation on stream right now, working it out. It's like, wait a minute, this is crazy. It is. Like, I don't know. I don't know if, like, is it healthy? I'm not sure. Like, to be honest, as I've mentioned a few times, mages had a really bad season in Season 11 for the most part. So having them have some strength right now, I like. You know, every champion should have its time, and if mages are pretty strong right now, why not? They weren't strong for a whole of Season 11, basically. So I'm all for it. So, hell yeah. Making my way over to the fight. Unfortunately, Zed doesn't have passive. I tried to get that kill, but the Ezreal ult got there first, unfortunately for me. And watch this. So this Darius, remember, this is the quite strong Darius. Full combo by Brand. He is dead. Like, without even that Ezreal damage, pretty sure I was going to get that kill with the ticking damage, which is good. But obviously, I'd prefer Ezreal to get the kills at this stage. I am fed enough as Brand support. I don't need any more kills, let's be honest. So that's fine. It just shows how strong it is. Now, you know, Darius doesn't have any MR, I don't think, yet this game. So that obviously is helping me quite a bit. Luck's going to try and do a survive, and I think I muck up here. Yeah, I missed time. I mistimed my W, which is just quite bad. We get the Blitzcrank, and we're looking to... I don't know if we can end the game right now, but we might try. So, breaking open the minions. I don't know why Ezreal's gone onto that tower when this first tower isn't dead. It's a bit weird. But, again, don't underestimate auto attacks from a mage as well, by the way. I knew this was coming, by the way. I knew the Zed was going for me. Like, he was using ult to get the mobility. I knew it was happening. I just couldn't get away in time, unfortunately. But, you know, it is what it is. But being 13, 9, 12, not bad. But look how many kills have happened this game, by the way. It's nearly breaking 100 kills total, which is kind of insane. 100 kills is a lot of kills to have. So by the end of the game, I think this game does cross the 100 kill barrier, I think. Which... I don't know, it's just, I don't remember a lot of games that you have 100 kills total. It's just a lot. So my two top lane, they're going to make their way out, hopefully. There is enemies in the area. Uh-oh, Darius gets one. Zed going on the Ezreal. Can the Ezreal survive? Ezreal DPS, no. Again, reminding people, this is going to be a little lesson to people about Zed. A lot of people don't know. When he ults somebody, if you see a spinning shuriken on your head or your teammate's head, that means they are going to die from the pop damage from Zed Ultimate unless you do something about it. If you heal and that shuriken disappears, if you shield and that shuriken disappears, you will survive. But that little shuriken that spins around, that is telling you you're dead to the pop. So here's the Baron. So I thought this was happening. So I'm like, I can do something about this, I believe. So all I need to do, I just need to do damage. So we did a lot of damage. So Zed's dead. That's their jungler. That's my job basically done. If they try to continue Baron, we have our jungler here. So what, lo and behold, now our Zack's in the pit. And I think the Blitzcrank, that was weird. That was like a weird bug. Blitzcrank doesn't go down. But ladies and gentlemen, we get the Baron. Bad. Smite, because there wasn't really a smite. He got it with Sunfire. But I did my job. So sacrificing myself, but you know, I didn't even get a kill, but just unloading my damage on the enemy team. Well, no, I did get the kill. I got the kill on Zed, who is their jungler, and then I got everybody else kind of low. Perfect job from Brand support, like for anybody in that matter. If that was a mid laner doing that, you'd be happy with that too. And I think with that does come the end of the game. So we're finishing this game 14, 10, 12. 10 deaths, I will say, is quite a lot of deaths. It's mainly because I'm immobile and, you know, there was a Zed that killed me a couple times. But honestly, the big thing is I did get hooked quite a lot this game. And yes, most of the time I got hooked, I was also doing damage to get a kill. But still, 10 deaths for me is quite bad. So that is something that I didn't want to have enough. Like, I don't want to repeat 10 deaths. But I will still be very happy with this game that we turned the early game. It wasn't going very well. But then just Brand damage just completely took over. It's mad. So we level up on the Huzzy account. Which... Again, because I'm playing on this account again, we are leveling this account quite fast. We go 14, 10, 12, 59 farm, plus 16 LP, recovering that LP a little bit. And then damage-wise, look at the damage. So I will take that second most damage in the game behind the Ezreal, who has a bit more poke damage than me. The Jin's damage is all the way down at 13k. I'm doing 17,000 more damage than the Lux. We're nearly doubling the enemy's mid laner's damage. It's just ludicrous. It's just so much damage. So yeah, I do more damage than anybody on the enemy team. But anyway, if you guys enjoy this POV commentary, as I do them from time to time when I do need to just concentrate on winning a match, do throw a like on the video, throw a comment, throw a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.